If I forget, go ahead and chime in, use the chat session, and we will get, let's go. I'm always nervous about putting this out live. Let's see. All right. We are live. Let's get started here. Good evening, everyone. If you are here to learn about eXp, you're in the right place. It's Monday, 7:30 East Coast time. I'm David Harbour, and we've got an exciting agenda today. We're going to go over all the stuff that's happened, not only just in the last month or so with this company, with regard to hitting 25,000 agents. We've rolled out healthcare, and we've got, gone through international expansion, but a whole plethora of things. So whether you're with eXp, whether you're not with eXp, either way, you're welcome. This is being recorded live on YouTube as well. So it'll be recorded so you can go back and take a look at it. And we have a few people in here right now. We'll periodically have some people jumping in. But as I mentioned, my name is David Harbour. I've been with the company. It's been, 9 years now? 9 years that I've been here. And, I was here when we had just a couple hundred agents. And I've blinked and fast forward, we're at 25,000 agents, all 50 states, Canada, and now we're going to UK, Australia, Scotland, and who knows where it's going to be next month. And there's a reason. There's a reason why this company is the fastest growing real estate brokerage that's ever existed. And it's not just because we have pretty orange and blue colors and got a neat logo. It's because this real estate company and the business model that it's providing for real estate professionals is unlike anything out there. And it is literally changing the scene and changing the real estate industry as we know it. Most agents are, for all intents and purposes, they're renting their license with a franchise or a brick and mortar office. I was for many, many years. And I was happy. I didn't even know that there was a different way. And at the time, I don't think there was. But when Glenn Sanford, the founder and CEO of eXp Realty, came up with this model 10 years ago, it literally rocked the real estate industry. And it wasn't an overnight success. There were 2 or 3 years where people would look at you and say, cloud-based, you don't have any offices. But we have definitely gotten over the hump. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend the next 30 minutes, if you can hang in there, and it's important to understand how this company is drastically different. Okay. There's a lot of people out there say, come to my brokerage. But here's the question that you need to be asking yourself. At the end of your real estate career, do you own any equity in your real estate brokerage? That's the first question. The second one is, if you were to stop selling real estate, do you share in the revenue? Would you continue to receive revenue from that brokerage that you're currently with? I know that I wasn't. And I was with the big balloon, company, and I loved it. But I didn't have any of those. And I was like every agent where you're planning 6 months out, and not looking at 5 years, 10 years, 15 years out. And so I couldn't be more proud to share with you how this company has not only changed my life, but it's changed many, many agents across the country, and how they look at their business and what it's literally doing for them. So let's jump in. I'm going to do a screen share right here, guys. If you have any questions, if you're watching this or you're jumping in, go ahead and use the chat session. So I'm going to start off with this one right here. This actually just came out. Give me an amen if you can see the actual screen. Looks there.
Good.
Okay.
Looks good.
25,000 agents. It was announced today. And I mean, that I have to pinch myself, because it's like being part of a rocket ship and it's going and you're part of it, this company literally has exploded the last 5 years. The first 5 years we were growing, but the last 5 years, I believe we've grown to, we jumped into all 50 states, Canada, and starting to go international. And it was literally like it happened overnight. And so what we're going to talk about here is, why is this company growing? Why are agents flocking here from every brokerage? And why are they so darn excited when you talk to them? You may have talked to somebody already. And by the way, if somebody sent you here, make sure that you get back with them immediately after this and say, listen, I learned a lot about it, but I want to learn more. I want to go into the cloud office. I want to meet some people. I want to go to an event. So here we go. Going back to the introductions, my name is David Harbour. Been with the company, as I mentioned, for 9 years now. It's coming up on 9 years. I was the Virginia state broker. I launched the Virginia's Washington metro area, and I was agent number 1. And boy, was that a unique experience, going from Remax at the time, which I think was the number 1 brokerage, to going with this company that nobody ever heard of. And I know that there was a little bit of nervousness on my part because we weren't publicly traded yet. We didn't have, these wonderful KVCore websites. We were only in a handful of states and a couple hundred agents. But I tell people it was either by dumb luck or the grace of God. But the way I saw this was a lot like what people are comparing our model to, like Amazon, Netflix, Uber. It just had the feeling like this is the next evolution for agents. They're mobile. If I have my iPhone and I have my laptop, I can be anywhere, anytime. And I never went into my office. And so the wheels started turning for me. Been doing real estate now 21 years. 12 of those was with Remax. Loved it. Actually, really enjoyed my time there. And it wasn't until a Remax broker down in North Carolina, Tom Somerville, give you a shout out, said, I'm leaving Remax. I'm getting crushed on, franchise fees and things like that. You need to check out this brokerage. I think they're the brokerage of the future. And I love Tom, but I was like, thank goodness I listened to him. And if somebody is sharing with you about this model, listen to them. You have absolutely nothing to lose, and at the same time, everything to lose by not just listening more about what why this model is so unique. I was fortunate enough to be on HGTV for a number of episodes, 7 episodes with Sabrina Soto. And then I had a little brief career in sports, played in the NFL, and actually worked in the NBA and NHL. I say that only not to bang my drum, but to let you know I'm one of you. I'm a real estate professional. I love what I do, and I would never leave real estate. I don't think I'm ever going to retire. It's just a fun business to be in. Now, with saying that, I want to have options. And that's what this company is allowed. So what we're going to go over is we're going to go over who we are as a company, our business model, which makes us so unique, eXp World, your business your way, and then next steps. If you want to learn more, if you want to join. Excuse me. So here we are. We're here because of this man right here, Glenn Sanford. Glenn is our founder, CEO, and visionary. He's somebody who got into real estate industry and he started thinking about lead generation and online leads and setting up multiple teams in multiple states, before it was the cool thing to do. And he said, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way to have a brokerage and run a brokerage. And there's got to be a brokerage that's really fit for the agent, not the owner, not the franchisor, not the boutique owner, but the agent. They're the ones out there hitting the streets. He was very successful, did 50, 60 million, multiple states. And so when Glenn launched this company in 2009, he had a clear vision to streamline it, make it more high tech, high touch, and really agent centric. And that's what he's done. That's what he's done ever since I've been here. Every year it keeps getting better. This is a little time frame from 2009 all the way up to 2019. But back here, this is roughly the area where I came in. I was, I don't know, agent 50, it says on my dashboard, probably a little bit later than that, maybe somebody left, but we only had a couple hundred agents. And it was right around the time that Stefan Swanepoel wrote in the Real Trends magazine, watch this company eXp. They're a lot like Amazon. We got a nomination by Inman News as one of the most innovative brokerages in the country. And so that started us down the path of really getting recognized. Then it was right around 2013 where Glenn did something that will forever change all of our lives. He made the company public. He said, if I'm going to take this forward, I really want the agents to feel like this is their company, that they have ownership in it, that they have equity. And it was brilliant, because what that's done in return is it's really made us kind of really care about the brand and really care about the agents that we're helping and bringing in. And so we started out as the over the counter, and then we've slowly been upgraded until this past year. We got upgraded to NASDAQ. So we are a publicly traded company. We're not a franchise. We're a publicly traded company. And our agents have the ability to earn stock, earn revenue, and build their business in multiple states. And we'll get to that business model here in a second. Fast forward, as I said, we are now going international. This is a little bit of the growth that you can see. I mean, 2014, 2015, 2016, we were growing. 2017, starting to grow a little bit more. But since 2017, I think that there's a pendulum of credibility. We started having major players across the country join the company. And what happens is when you have an icon agent in a certain area, everybody sits up and goes, whoa, they just moved their business over to eXp. I need to take a look at this. And that's what's happened. If you go into almost every major market, you will have top producing teams that are doing 50, 60, 100 million plus transitioning over to eXp. And the reason is they're smart. They get it. They see that this business model is not geared for the broker or the franchise owner. It's geared for the agent. So this was October 2nd, 2019. And I think we're at 23,000 agents. We're at 25,000. None of it would mean a hill of beans if it wasn't built on a solid foundation. And that's why this company is, not only is it a large portion of it owned by the agents through stock, but we also have a say in what's going on through a variety of different communication vehicles, and one being our core values. It was important that we had core values as a foundation for this company. So we have service, sustainability, collaboration, transparency, integrity, innovation, agile, fun, and community. Okay? It's important that you have a sense of who you are and where you're going. Now, these next couple of slides really focus in on how we're different, okay? Because a lot of people say, oh yeah, they're like every other brokerage. No, this is not like every other brokerage. As a matter of fact, I don't know of any other brokerage like this. There's a story about when Netflix went to Blockbuster, Blockbuster had a brick and mortar store in every mall, it seemed like, or every street corner, and you'd get your pizza and you'd go to Blockbuster. Well, what's happened is Netflix came along with online video streaming, and they went to Blockbuster and said, would you buy us for 50 million? And Blockbuster said, no, we don't need to. We're on every corner. Well, fast forward, Netflix is a multi-billion-dollar business, and Blockbuster just shut down their last store in Oregon. The same thing is happening in retail. I know, just walking down to the mall down here, a mile down the road, shops are closing up left and right. Nordstrom's, Macy's, because people are feeling more and more comfortable with shopping online. Well, the same type of thing is affecting the real estate industry, that brick and mortar offices, agents no longer need to go there. They no longer need to go into the office and see the book of listings and turn the checks in. Everything is done. If you have a laptop, I can write a contract, send it in, I can communicate with my clients. And quite frankly, clients could care less about going into that office. I mean, I know that had a 10,000 square foot office to go into when I was at my previous brokerage, and I never brought a client there. Every listing was at their house, and the buyers would meet wherever we were looking at homes, often coffee shops, restaurants, hotels. So that's one of the main staples of eXp and how we're different. The other one is, you'll see this line divided. Everything on the left-hand side is a franchise or it's owned by a boutique owner, okay? What that means is you're renting your license until you're done, and then you're out the door with nothing. And they're basically renting a license in a sense by buying or leasing a franchise. They have no equity, no ownership, and no type of retirement income. eXp has totally flipped that upside down and empowered the agent. There are no desk fees, no royalty fees, no franchise fees, and the agents have the ability to earn equity stock, revenue sharing, because we're a publicly traded company. Here's a great visual. Anybody who says, oh, I'm not really that interested in stock and revenue share, I don't want to be blunt, but they're not thinking clearly. We can do sales, and that's what we are. We're a professional high-tech sales company, and I might beg to differ that we have really experienced agents that might be accelerating than the general brokerage, but that's my opinion. But now we have a second and third rail of revenue. So at the end of the day, when they retire, injured, maybe go on vacation for 3 months, eXp agents have the unique ability to earn stock just by selling or introducing somebody to the company, and revenue sharing. And the revenue sharing does not have a ceiling on it. You literally can bring on an agent anywhere that eXp is licensed and as many agents as you want. We have some that have 1,000 or more agents underneath them. And because of our residual revenue sharing plan, get paid on them. And I'll share you with what that is. Here's a comparison of how that's possible. And it's really, really simple. The biggest overhead expense for most brokerages is the brick and mortar. It's the overhead. It's the capital expenditures. It's the utilities, and it starts to add up. I know that we have some former brokers on here, and they know writing those checks every month is a strain for most brokerages. eXp is very agile. We do everything in the cloud. We use a 3D virtual platform for training and collaboration. We use Facebook Workplace for another type of communication. And because of that low overhead that we've taken out of the equation, we're able to give our agents better tools, more training, and give them a type of compensation plan that is unparalleled in the real estate community. You know, we talk about the cloud campus. We have no desk fees. And the unique thing about it is, with today's agents, you can work from anywhere. You don't necessarily need that high overhead brick and mortar costs. Now, if you need an office, well, we have an answer for that. We actually have an agreement with Regus Workspaces, which there are thousands of them across the country. And you literally have a mobile app, and you can go in and just find out where the nearest one is, and you can go in, write a contract, bring your client. So instead of sometimes having one office, I know here in the Washington, D.C. metro area, we have 42 of them. I have 42 offices that I can go into at any time. As far as the training, this is the other thing that we probably don't talk about enough, that eXp is literally like going to a real estate trade show every day. We have 40 plus hours of high-end real estate training. And how are we able to do that? Because we utilize the company as a whole for training. So we might have somebody who's excellent in California for Instagram marketing. We might have somebody who's really good at short sales in Florida, and we all get to benefit from it. So I'll show you the calendar of events, but we literally have everything from, hey, I got a lead, what do I do with it now, to I do 100 million and I want to go to 200 million. How do I form my team, and everything in between? As far as the back office, tech support, needing help with our transaction coordinators, accounting, everything is in the cloud. So if you have your laptop and you log into, which I'll show you here in a second, our 3D virtual platform, Verbella, you can literally get in touch with any one of those departments within a minute, minutes. It's very, very fast. And I'll tell you, it's getting cold here in Virginia. Snow's coming down. I'd much rather be talking to somebody within a minute in my pajamas than I would getting in my car and driving to the office to try and find out where a check is or paperwork that I didn't turn in. The international part is just now blossoming. We've been in Canada for a little while, but it is now starting to take off, where we've gone to Australia, Scotland, UK, and I'll guarantee you that there are more right around the bend as we get around to 2020, which is really, really exciting, because now that opens the doors for us for referrals, lead exchanges, being able to see how other parts of the world deal in real estate. And it brings us a community. Here's a snapshot of it, of our international collaboration. But yeah, we're grilling shrimp on a Barbie down in Australia that we've just opened up, and UK and Scotland, and several provinces in Canada. Now, what I see here is, because our model is different, we have the ability as agents to help spread this company by introducing this company to agents or brokers. What I see here is opportunity. What I see here is anything that's light blue, this company will be in the next 10 years. I want to be part of it. And not only just I want to be part of it, if I am part of spreading it, guess who gets paid on it? That's the exciting thing. It's going back to the agent-centric concept of this brokerage. We also have what is called an agent advisory council, where we have 12 elected agents. The ones with the exclamation marks are basically ones that haven't been appointed yet, because we're in a transition year, but they get together. They have meetings to talk about what we can do to make this brokerage better. If we have a problem, any agent within the company, you go to an agent advisory rep, you let them know what it is. And one of those individuals is actually on our bigger board of directors. So we have not only transparency, but there's communication all the way from the top, from our board of directors, all the way down to the single agent that has just joined, which is unlike any other brokerage. Try to go to your broker and say, will you show me your books and show me the revenue and share in it? No. Will you give me some equity in the company? No. I tell you what, I'd like to go to the shareholders meeting and I'd like to give you my opinion on what we can do better. No, save that. We don't need it. At eXp, that is real, and it happens every day, because we are, as I said, agent-centric. The next couple of minutes, we're going to talk about the actual business model. There's 3 ways for an agent here to earn money, earn revenue. First one is selling, and we'll get to what the nuts and bolts of our brokerage model is. But right here is our revenue share model. Now, how this works is, you introduce somebody to the company, and you get paid a percentage of their gross commission until they cap. Now, I know when I was at my other brokerage, I would introduce people to the company that I was at, and maybe I would get a Starbucks card, or maybe I would get a ham sandwich or something, and that was it. And I was helped building that brand, but really there wasn't anything in it for me. And I know after 12 years when I left, there was 0 in it for me. Here, I'm able to actually introduce people to the company. make their life better because now they've got a real business opportunity. And guess what? It helps me out as well. I get paid every year that that person's in the business. And the beauty of it is, it is 7 levels deep. So if that person brings somebody on and that person brings somebody on, I potentially get paid on every one of those levels, which is, first of all, it's powerful to have residual income running parallel to any type of sales you're doing, but it does something else. It really makes me want to help that person that I brought in. It makes me want to say, I hope their business is doing good. I'm going to reach out to them today and find out if I can do anything to help them with their building their team. It is a totally different concept from where I came from, where who cares? You brought somebody in, you can care less whether they sold a house. There's absolutely no camaraderie or collaboration other than a team meeting and drinking coffee. Here, I really care about the individuals that we're bringing in. The second way is through equity ownership. We're a publicly traded company. So Glenn's philosophy is I want the agents to have some type of ownership in it. So right now we have, through what is called the Sustainability Equity Plan, agents actually earn shares just for doing business. You sell something, your very first deal, you get issued shares of stock. You don't pay for it, they're given to you. The second way is when you cap. When you hit your cap, the company gives you shares of stock. They say, hey, congratulations, did a great job. Here's some shares of stock. And if you introduce somebody to the company and they do their first deal, you help them get their first deal, you get issued shares of stock. Then we have what is called our agent equity program, where if I want, I can take out a percentage of my commission, and it's basically buying stock at a discount. I'm investing in my own company. You know, I know my wife was at ExxonMobil and they would have a stock matching compensation plan. It's similar in the sense that we're getting to buy our own company stock at a discount. It's something to help you build towards your retirement nest egg. And then the last one here is called our Icon Agent Award. For those agents that are really superstars in their area, the company is doing something that's really outside the box. They're saying, listen, in return for you guys teaching some classes, showing up at some of the eXp events, we're going to compensate you. And if you meet a certain production volume, we're going to actually pay for your cap in the form of stock. That's what I said. They're going to pay for those agents in the form of stock. And that stock could potentially double, triple, it could vary, but the company is compensating you for being an Icon agent. There isn't anything out there that's even remotely close to this. The actual core brokerage fees are, everybody's at an 80-20 split when they start. They go to a 16 cap, $16,000. Once you've paid out in your 20% of 16,000, you immediately go to 100% for the remainder of that anniversary date. Okay. The standard costs, it's $149 to start up. I think that includes your first month tax fee. Only thing that you pay is $85 a month. That includes all of your tech tools, okay, and all the classes, which is, like I said, it's, if you were to pay that just for the KVCore website, which by the way is one of the tools that you get, KVCore by itself is probably $500 a month if you were to buy it off the street. That's one of the tools that's included in your small fee. There's a $25 broker review fee. And then once you cap, that $25 broker review fee, when you're getting 100%, goes to $250. $40 risk management, which is your E&O. And again, that's capped at $500. This is what eXp's creme de la creme office looks like. It's a 3D virtual platform, which at the very first sight of it looks little Star Trek-y. I'm going to play this right here, but this to me was, wait a second, what is this? It looks like a video game. Let me tell you, universities, government agencies are using this platform for collaboration, training. And the first couple of times it felt strange, I'll be honest with you. But then there was a light that went on and I said, I get it. I get what this tool does. It pulls people in from different parts of not only your state, different parts of the actual country. Now I can actually go to 5 different offices, go to 3 different trainings, and never leave your house. And it does an incredible amount of stuff, which I'm gonna mute somebody there, which is incredible. If you have not tried to go in there, you really need, whoever sent you to this talk tonight, go in and tell the person that sent you here, hey, listen, I want to go in and I want to try the cloud office. I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind on how effective it is to collaborate with agents around the country. Not only that, but get support from your broker or your fellow agents. Here's an example. I met somebody in the cloud office from Hawaii. Never met him before. They had a lead that was coming, the military coming to Virginia. Met him in the cloud office. Can you take the lead? Yes. Help them buy a house, literally sight unseen. They saw it online. We wrote an offer and bought the house, and they settled and they loved it. Thank you, Randy, by the way. But that's the power of this company, is that we're utilizing things that other brokerages aren't using. As far as the tools, we use what is called eXp Enterprise, SkySlope, which is our transaction management platform, which integrates with Google and Gmail, Workplace for Facebook, and then we also have a branding and marketing, and then a CRM and lead generation. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to go too much into the technology. I'm going to jump right into Enterprise, which is, we have all these different tools and they're wonderful tools. But listen, I don't want to have to remember 10 different logins. So the company has made it so they've made it so we have one login, and it's called Enterprise. And so when you log in once, you have access to every tool that you could possibly need. It tracks all of your deals. On the left-hand side, we have a dashboard. It tracks all of my deals real time. It actually has links to all of our, updates and local press releases, all of our technology solutions, KVCore. It has access to our stock that you earn with the company, a SkySlope. Down here, we have branding and marketing. And then we also have our marketing center. So if, for example, I wanted to buy something at the branding store, we've already got pre-made stuff. If I want to have some flyers made, or I wanted to do some personal branding, guess what? You already have it. And it's right here. There are hundreds and hundreds of pieces. And this company is so sophisticated that they've got it hooked up that once you have a listing and it goes into the multiple listing system, you get an email with several pieces that are already put together for you, made from your listing. They email you marketing pieces that they've already put together. They pull out pictures and data from the remarks on the multiple listing system. So I can go here and I can actually browse. And once you've put in your information, your picture and your contact information, all of these are preset. So I can actually, pull up for rent flyers, listing flyers. If I have a team, like I said, there are hundreds of pieces waiting for you to access. It's awesome. I'm going to go back to our presentation here. A lot of people have mentioned, at least when we were starting out, I don't see your signs everywhere. I don't see the market share that you have everywhere. And I can tell you that has changed within the last 3-4 years. You can't say that anymore. The 2019 trends report just came out, and eXp is in the top 3 for biggest increases in sales volume, listings, And we're getting all kinds of attention from Inman News, from Market Watch, from Real Estate Trends, that this company, and here are some of the other ones, transactions ranked by largest increase from 2017 to 2018, ranked by largest increase in closed sales 27 to 2018. Compared to other brokerages out there, this company is like a baby. It's in the infancy stages. Yet, in that short period of time, we have literally grown to 25,000 agents, which is almost a quarter of some of these larger brokerages that have been around for 30 and 40 years. That's how fast this company is growing. So a couple of their quick things, and then I'll see if I'll jump off here, but we have, let's go back here. Within our dashboard, which is enterprise, you have the ability to actually track the stock that you've earned with the company. And so when I mentioned to you that the company actually issues stock awards just for selling, just for introducing people to the company, for capping, the company will give you stock. You have to hold on to it for a period of 3 years, but then it goes right into your TD Ameritrade or whoever it is that you're trading, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can cash it out, you can hold on to it, you can trade it, and it's all right here with all of your purchases. Another wonderful, wonderful offering that this company has really thought outside the box is healthcare. As of the first week of November, they're working with a company called Clearwater Benefits, where they're offering agents multiple types of healthcare options, everything from copays to health savings plans. And so again, they're looking out for the agent. They're creating an environment that is really like every agent gets their own little business in a box, and you can do with it what you want. Some agents choose not to do it. Others are taking it to the full extent, but there is no ceiling on you. You can literally build your business in as many states and as many countries as you desire. We've been on 45 minutes here. There's a number of things that I haven't covered that listen, I can't go over everything because there's so many things, but what you need to do is go back and do a deep dive into what this company has to offer. Because I'll guarantee you, if you compare, I'm going to get off the screen share here. If you compare the actual business model on how they pay, the actual tools, tech tools that they offer, the actual training that this company offers, I'll go toe to toe with any company, any brokerage model that's ever existed. And I know that that's a pretty big stretch, but don't listen to me. Go and find out for yourself. Go and get with somebody and say, listen, I want to sit down, have a cup of coffee. It's not going to hurt me, especially over the next couple of months as agents are starting to look over the fence. All you have to do is ask them a couple of questions, and you can ask yourself these questions. If I stop selling real estate in 5 years, do I get anything from my current brokerage? No. Do I have any equity in this company? No. What type of tools and training are they really giving me? I don't know. Those are things to really, really think about. I'm going to show you this one thing and then we're going to get off. And this is probably a very powerful ending here, this is our class training schedule. Okay. This is Monday morning. Actually, tomorrow we have, I don't know how many classes that we have here. Agent orientation, lead generation 201. We have eXp 360 tours, negotiating that works. These are live classes. They're not recorded. They're live classes that you can act and interact and, go back and ask questions. Listing generation workshop, listing presentation training. Most brokerages can't even do a couple of these in a month. We literally have 10 to 15 classes every day. And the one that really stands out for me is, think of this. If you were in your old brokerage and you walked up to the top agent in that brokerage office and said, hey, listen, will you share all of your secrets with me on how you're a top producer? I know what they're going to say to you. Don't let the door hit you in the backside. That is the furthest thing from the truth at eXp. Remember when I was talking about icon agents, that they get paid and part of what their compensation is getting issued shares of stock, but they have to teach classes? Well, one of them is right here on Friday, and it's called iConversations. And it's a weekly opportunity where we have a different agent every week come and learn. How do they market? How do they set up their teams? How are they actually drafting up their team agreements? What is their best scripts? You can ask them anything under the sun and they'll tell you. That's the difference in this business model and this company, is that instead of now we're fractioned as franchises here, and you're working for a franchise and this franchise doesn't talk to this franchise. All 25,000 agents are coming together, collaborating, helping one another build their businesses for the future. And that's what gets me so excited. I've been, I'm going on my 10th year, and I couldn't be more excited now than the day that I started. And so I know that we've got a number of folks here that are listening. Thanks for staying tuned, but I'm just here to help out in any way, shape, or form with not only people in my team, but anywhere. And for example, I've got a meeting tomorrow with somebody who's not even necessarily in my downline team. It doesn't matter. We're here to help one another out. So if you're open to it, we would love to talk with you. And I tell you what, there was something I saw in 60 Minutes, the actual CEO for YouTube. She was open to having these young college kids work in her garage and rent it out. And it turned out to be the two founders of Google. And now she's the CEO of YouTube. Be open to that opportunity of an eXp agent sitting down with you. And listen, if they, for whatever reason, they're coming at you and they're super excited, it's because they're really excited, and it has changed their life, and it has given them something that is totally different than the other brokerage models out there. So I'm gonna turn it off there. We've been on almost 50 minutes, and if you're in the Northern Virginia area, we're gonna have a live event here in Ashburn, where we're gonna have at the Regis office. We're gonna have a presentation, and we're gonna periodically do these as the company's moving, because each and every week we have what are called our leadership meeting, and there's new stuff every week that's happening because this company is just really doing some unique things for the real estate industry, but also the agents. So I'm going to sign off. Everybody have a wonderful, happy holiday. Again, get with the person that sent you here. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me, private message me, or go to bestbrokeragemodel.com. But signing off. We'll talk to you later. Have a great holiday weekend.
Take care, David.
Take care, Timmy.
TJ, appreciate you, brother.
Hey, you too.
All right.
Good night. Thank you, David.